Our poster is about the decarboxylation reaction of sodium benzoate or benzoic acid, which commonly happens in soft drinks to produce benzene. After which, we'll talk about the mechanism of benzene reactions in our body that makes it carcinogenic. We'll also touch on the good and bad of benzene in our everyday lives.
Sodium benzoate is commonly added into soft drinks as a preservative and can be monosubstituted. Though sodium benzoate is mainly harmless, benzene is carcinogenic as it causes toxic effects via metabolism.
Now we are going to talk about the main focus of our poster, which is decarboxylation of benzoic acid.
Benzoic acid is a carboxylate derivative where a carboxylate acid is substituted with a phenyl group. When reacted with a base, neutralization occurs which produces a salt. In this case, benzoic acid reacts with sodium hydroxide to produce sodium benzoate.
The major cause of benzene in soft drinks is the decarboxylation of benzoic acid in the presence of ascorbic acid. Benzoic acid in itself is only slightly toxic when consumed with other substances. However, when it decarboxylates to benzene, it becomes harmful. Benzoic acid is added as a preservative in its salt forms such as sodium benzoate, potassium benzoate, or calcium benzoate. Citric acid is also commonly added to drinks, and it doesn't react with the benzene salts but catalyzes the reaction. It accelerates the production of benzenes as the reaction occurs best in acidic conditions.
Decarboxylation is a chemical reaction involving the removal of carboxyl group where the carbon dioxide is released. Two major pathways for aromatic decarboxylation reactions, which are ionic and free radical.
The first pathway is ionic decarboxylation, especially so in soft drinks. Ionic decarboxylation can be catalyzed by acid or base. Acid-catalyzed decarboxylation reactions are the most common, and the reaction pathways are dependent on acid concentration, ionic strength, and substituents on the aromatic ring. In the case of benzoic acid in soft drinks, citric acid is often acting as the acid catalyst. Electron-donating substituents accelerates the acid-catalyzed decarboxylation reaction. After the benzoic acid decarboxylases, it forms an aryl radical that will react with H+ ions to eventually form benzene.
The second major pathway is considered as hydrogen abstraction. The benzoyluxyl radical from benzoic acid will rapidly decarboxylate to form an aryl radical. This highly reactive intermediate can abstract hydrogen or competitively add to an aromatic ring to form biaryls or benzene.
Now, what are the conditions for the reaction to occur? The reactants are benzoic acid or salt of benzoic acid, ascorbic acid, and citric acid or a metal as a catalyst. There must also be freeing of a hydroxyl radical in the reaction to react with benzoic acid.
Benzene form is carcinogenic. Benzene is a carcinogenic as biological oxidation occurs and it will form benzene oxide, which cannot be secreted readily and reacts with the body's DNA and cause harmful mutations.
Benzene causes toxic effect via metabolism. There are many reactions that benzene go through to form benzene metabolites, namely 8, with 1,4-benzoquinone derived from hydroquinone, most often being linked to the spectrum of toxic effects observed in humans and animals. One of the essential reactions is benzene being metabolized by cytochrome P450 CYP enzymes to benzene oxide. Benzene oxide is an electrophile reagent attracted to electrons and is the source of all other metabolites. It leads to other molecules being formed such as hydroquine, benzoquine, and muconaldehydes, which are all capable of binding to macromolecules. thus damaging macromolecules and inducing toxicity.
However, benzene is not all bad. It is found in crude oil and is a major part of gasoline, which is important in making plastics and rubber.
Although there are drinks tested with high levels of benzene, they are removed commercially. We might still consume such carcinogenic chemicals in some drinks, and benzene reactions still happen in our body, but they are of very low levels. In fact, breathing in city air is more toxic. Hence, we should not be worried about it. With that, we have come to the end of our presentation. Thank you.